welcome back to another YouTube video. If you like any of the books that I recommend or anything I do, then just click the subscribe button. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Let me tell you about my YouTube channel first. We will be discussing about book reviews, movie reviews, my latest books, my podcasts, and the music I upload. So if you're new here, you want to stay tuned with me. Anyways, today the book we'll be discussing about is Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life: An Antidote to Chaos book. Okay, I've been saying about this book for a long time. Why do I recommend this book? Well, first of all, it is written by this guy. If you don't know Jordan B. Peterson, then, well, you haven't been up to date. Jordan B. Peterson is the professor at the University of Toronto. He's one of the greatest influential public intellectuals right now in the world, according to New York Times. That's not me. Okay, so this book, maybe you might have seen him from Channel 4, or maybe from a YouTube video where he like totally nails down a woman who says, so you're saying that
pay gap exists, you accept that, but you're saying, I mean, the pay gap between men and women exists, but you're saying it's not because of gender, it's because women are too agreeable to ask for pay rises. So
it's one of the reasons.
Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into this video. There are 12 rules by Jordan B. Peterson. The rule number 1 is to stand up straight with your shoulders back. So you want to stand up straight, like on 90-degree angle. That's straight, like 90-degree angle, with your shoulders back. Now, why does Jordan B. Peterson says that? Well, first of all, if you stand up straight with your shoulders back, this represents that you have the confidence and you're actually willing to take on the world. He gives the example of lobsters that and a few chemicals that the lobsters release when they get when they win a certain victory, and this the winners or the lobsters stand straight with the shoulders back. This is, like I said, it represents confidence. Rule number 2, treat yourself like someone you're helping. Okay, so in many times we treat ourselves like an extra. Well, we shouldn't do that. So if we treat ourselves like someone we're helping, for example, we help our loved ones more than we help ourselves. Maybe we think we don't deserve it, but we do. You all do. Me too. So you always need to treat yourself like someone you're helping, because only by that thinking you can actually help yourself. Rule number 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. If you have it's like people who want the best for you. If you're hanging around with people who smoke, then there's a high probability that you'll be smoking as well after a few times. If you're around people who do good things, who walk, who go to the gym or something like that, then there's a high probability that you'll do that same thing too. So if you're around people who will most likely help you succeed, then there's a high probability that you will succeed, because you are who you hang around with. Anyways, rule number 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Okay, so the rule number 4 is to compare ourselves with ourselves. So you do not want to compare yourself with someone else, because only you know how much obstacles you have overcome and how much more obstacles you have to overcome. So you do not want to compare yourself to one of the greatest leaders right now. I mean, you don't know those people struggle back there, and they don't know about you. So only by knowing yourself and by comparing yourself with your yesterday self, you can improve yourself. That makes sense. Chapter 5, do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. I don't know about this, but just don't let your children do anything or embarrass you. I mean, think about it. If your child starts crying at the airport, how embarrassing would that be? Think about it, guys. So don't let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Rule number 6, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. So rule number 6 is that you need to actually set your house in an order. Now, why does Jordan B. Peterson says that? Why do we need to start with our house? Well, first of all, if there's chaos in your house, which is that there are random things everywhere, then there's a high probability that you will just go out in the world and spread chaos. I mean, if you can't even put order in your own house, in your own room, then how are you going to actually go on the world and take your place there and be orderly? This actually made an internet meme. Anyways, rule number 7, pursue what is meaningful. Okay, we all know that we need to follow a purpose or things like that, and things that give us happiness. Well, first of all, let me tell you this: by doing something that is meaningful, it will automatically give you happiness. So don't find happiness, but find meaning, because meaning gives you happiness. Anyways, rule number 8, don't lie. So obviously we all know that telling the truth is universally accepted, and before millions of years ago, even people knew that they should tell the truth. I mean, come on, if everyone started to tell lies which are completely insane, you can tell what's gonna happen to the society out there. So don't lie. Seriously, I mean, if you lie, as you have heard, what goes around comes around. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, you're in deep trouble. Mine is that you need to assume that the person you're listening to knows something. सबसे पहले we have to understand this कि we all are different and unique from each other, and that we all know something that the other doesn't. यहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेंस आती है स्टोरीज की, जो लोग एक दूसरे को स्टोरीज बताते हैं. सबकी स्टोरीज डिफरेंट होती हैं, लेकिन हमें इसलिए सुननी चाहिए और इसलिए हम सुनते आए हैं क्योंकि उसमें से शायद ऐसा कुछ हो जो हमें ना पता हो. Thus, assume that the person you're listening to might know something that you don't. Rule number 10, be precise in your speech. Don't make it general for the general audience, but be precise and speak to a certain audience in a certain tone or mood, because that will clarify your ideas. Rule number 11, do not bother children when they are skateboarding. So John B. Pearson says that do not bother your children when skateboarding. Wow, and rule number 12 is pet a cat when you encounter one on street. So rule number 12 is when you encounter an opportunity, then take it. For example, you might have an extra piano class in your school or piano lesson. Then there's a high probability, if you don't want to go or attend that class, there's a high probability that there are many people in the world that want that chance. Okay, for example, you're a lawyer and you do not want to pursue your career. Well, you should know that there are like hundreds, if not thousands or millions of people who want the same opportunity that you have, and they are willing to give everything to have that. So be grateful and encounter, and when the opportunity is thrown at you, just take it. That's it, just take it. I mean, that's the best way. So those are the John B. Pearson's 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. Definitely recommend this book. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Peace.